What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Ghost Guide video. Today we're going to be talking about the Yurei. If you would like to see what my settings are for this particular custom, they'll be in the description box below. But with that said, let's go talk about the Yurei. Welcome in. According to our mirror, our ghost room is going to be over here in the workshop. And immediately we have orbs. Immediately. All right, let me place some salt. I'm just going to kind of place it all around. Oh, wait. It's somewhere over here, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay. Are we fast enough? I think we're fast enough, but it does not appear to be feet. So we got orbs, probably no feet. Just trying to be super fast, but I do think the feet at least last a little longer than that. All right. Let's try some spirit box. Where are you? Are you near? Are you far? Are you friendly? What was that? I wasn't sure what that was. So that was a little bit terrifying. Just a little bit terrifying. I'm going to go ahead and check for freezing here. 2.2, 1.7. It's pretty low. Could potentially go freezing, but maybe now is not the time. So we weren't getting spirit box. I'm kind of not feeling... I meant to cross that out. Not that, not... We got dots. All right. Eyeball dots as well. I'm going to bring up a candle, I think, for EMF 5 farming. Bear with me. Oh, just heard it throw our book. All right, got a couple candles around. So hopefully you can get some EMF 5 farming. It did not write in that book before it threw it. So we're going to cross that out. So we're down to Yurei Raiju. Ooh, okay. Let's take a look here and see. It's freezing. Okay, and we did have dots. I forgot to cross it or check it or whatever. So we have a Yurei. So hopefully this is actually a Yurei that wants to cooperate with us. Now it's starting to blow out everything. I don't need it anymore. Oopsies. So Yureis are a pretty standard ghost. They hunt at 50% sanity, have normal line of sight speed, as well as hunt speed. It's 1.7 meters per second. I can't see anything. It's scary. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Oh. Sometimes this game is terrifying. I am gonna wait right here because I want to see, in the next couple seconds if the Yurei is gonna do its ability right here, because that would be great. It never did. So we're gonna go back up there. Yureis have basically the only thing that the Yurei has going for them is they have a specific ability, which it looks like it used because this door, well, unless it was the ghost event that shut that door. I don't recall. But Yureis have an ability where they can completely shut a door. Hello. Mind you that ghosts cannot shut a door unless it does a ghost event. However, sometimes if the door is like slightly open like this and the ghost just happens to touch the door, it can kind of look like it shuts the door, but it's a pretty forceful shut when the Yurei uses this ability. And it kind of makes it sound a little bit like a double door touch when it does its ability. So hopefully we can get the Yurei to do its ability, because sometimes we have the absolute hardest time getting Yurei to do its ability. Oh, there's the Yurei ability right there. Let's go. Super happy that we were able to check that. So since we were definitely within 7.5 meters range of the ghost, probably, I guess, unless the ghost was over here, we should have lost 15% sanity. Every time the Yurei uses its ability like that, it will drain your sanity by 15%. So the Yurei can actually kind of seem to hunt early. Let's see what our sanity's at. I mean, our sanity was probably in like the 80s, because I did look at the mirror. Did I take a pill? No, I did not take a pill earlier. So it definitely drained our sanity a little bit, not a lot. I don't necessarily want it to hunt us right now, so we're gonna take a pill, try to farm a few more abilities. But yeah, that's basically all the Yurei is able to do. It very forcefully will shut the door. In fact, I have a clip from a stream that I had just the other day where we actually saw the Yurei ability on the camera. Oh, we do have orbs. Orbies! Not now. Oh. Well, I know exactly what the ghost is. What ghost do we have? Did you guys figure out what ghost we have based on what we just saw right there? And then I also have a clip where we heard the Yurei ability, but we didn't see the Yurei abilities. The room on the left? The room on the left of the laundry room. Did you guys just hear what I just heard? It just gave away the ghost. You didn't hear it? Did a door close? Yeah, like a Yurei ability. I mean, unless it's a meme, which it hasn't changed, right? Ghost hasn't changed as far as we can tell. I saw it take the win and go. Technically, could be a mimic, but I think we heard a Yurei ability. I think we did. It's a Yurei. Guard, how? This is like twice now that Guard has appeared and it's been a Yurei and, Guard, what the heck? So there's actually kind of a sound as well as a visual cue to the Yurei ability. So there's a couple different ways that you can determine a Yurei, whether it's through sound or... Ah! There we go! Or looking at it. So there's always a little bit of a, and actually let's go check our sanity because our sanity should have been at 100%, but now it should be at like 85%. But there's always a little bit of a delayed door shut. Like your door will be closed, but then there's like a little bit of a delayed door shut after that. And that actually did not drain our sanity. So it's possible that the ghost was able to use its ability on the door, but was more than 7.5 meters away from us. That's the only thing that I can think of. Either that or, you know, Phasmo's a perfect game, right? Perfect game. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and open the door again. You're gonna wanna open your doors. If your doors are shut, your Yurei is not gonna be able to use its ability very well, or at least it may not be as obvious. So again, Yureis can completely shut the door outside of a ghost event. Granted, keep in mind, other ghosts can fully shut a door inside of a ghost event. So you really gotta make sure that there was not a ghost event, because sometimes some of those ghost events are really, really quiet. And this also includes the front door. So ghosts cannot shut the front door, again, unless it's within the confines of a ghost event or a hunt. There's that too. But Yureis can shut the front door, and so can mimics. I've had a mimic a Yurei, and I had a foyer ghost, and it shut the front door and it left fingerprints on that door. That's like so rare. That is so, so rare. I don't think I have that clip anymore, unfortunately, but it was a really, really cool experience. Yureis apparently can also do their ability on large tent doors on like the campsites and stuff. I personally, I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen it happen. Never seen it happen. And if it has happened, then I didn't know what was going on. I should definitely, one of these days, probably try to get a Yurei on a campsite map and like play around with it, but I don't play campsite maps very often as it is. So the chances of me getting a Yurei on a campsite map is definitely much, much lower. The Ghost Wiki, this is actually something I didn't know. The Ghost Wiki also mentions that, so all the doors that count for the ability are mostly room doors as well as exit doors, large tent doors on campsites, dining room cabinet doors, and living room / games rooms fireplace doors on Point Hope, and washing machine doors on Sunny Meadows. See, this is something I never knew because it's such a niched thing. Like most of the time you have a door. It's fairly obvious with that, but like you don't think about looking at things like washing machines on Sunny Meadows. Like if you get the ghost in the laundry room on Sunny Meadows, never in a million years thought about that, but there you go. Hiding spot doors never count though. So that's good. It also says large tent doors will not fully close. So I guess I don't know what that looks like. And it doesn't have an example in the Ghost Wiki, unfortunately, which sometimes they have examples, like video examples, but I don't see an example. So I have no idea what that looks like. So if we can get this Yurei to do its ability again, we'll actually see a Yurei ability will actually generate 2 EMF values. So one for the interaction and one for the ability. So hopefully we can demonstrate that, but hasn't been doing its ability. That's the thing with Yureis, is they're so hit or miss. They sometimes will do their abilities, sometimes really just won't for the longest time. And it makes them really, really difficult and annoying in no evidence runs. The Ghost Wiki also mentions that all ghosts can shut doors in the same way that the Yurei can. In my experience, this is not, like, I've never seen this. I've never seen it. Do I doubt that a ghost could maybe shut a door like that? No, I mean, I feel like in rare circumstances, maybe a ghost can like simulate what a Yurei can do. But for the most part, it's pretty much guaranteed that if you see a door kind of whip shut, it's got a whip shut, then yeah, it's a Yurei. It's definitely a Yurei. Yureis will also allegedly do this more frequently. But as you can see, like, we haven't had another Yurei ability in a hot minute. The Phaswiki does say the chance of another ghost doing this, meaning fully shutting a door, kind of like the Yurei does its ability, compared to a Yurei, is exceedingly low. One may not see this happen in many hours of gameplay. In my many hours of gameplay, I have never seen another ghost do that. Maybe once. Maybe once. I do think I maybe vaguely recall having a revenant in a match and swearing that we got a Yurei ability, but I can't remember if it was in fact a revenant or if it ended up being a mimic. I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say that I left thinking it was a mimic because I swear we had a Yurei ability, but then it hunted like a revenant. I left with mimic and it ended up just being a revenant. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. That was a long time ago and like the only instance I can think of when this may have happened. So if you see things happening over and over and over again, like the door shut, like ability, I should say, then you probably have a Yurei. Also, if you have evidence that kind of leans towards Yurei, you're probably safe to call it a Yurei. Something else that the Yurei has, which in my opinion is not very helpful or useful by any means, is that smudging a Yurei will trap it in its room for 60 or 90 seconds. I don't know why there's like a variable there of 60 or 90 seconds. I also need to double check our Ghost Wiki and just make sure I have the most up-to-date information too. Okay, so our Ghost Wiki confirmed that it's 90 seconds. It'll stop it from roaming to other locations for a minute and a half. I don't think this is particularly helpful if you ask me, because sometimes you may just get a ghost that decides in that 90 seconds to not roam. And then what good does that tell you? I mean, I suppose that if you had a ghost that decided to roam, then you could definitely rule out Yurei at that point, but I don't know. It's not super helpful. I've never used it at all, not even a single time, to determine a Yurei. The other thing too is that even though it's been smudged and trapped into its room, it still can teleport for ghost events as well. So it kind of ignores that. Ghost events always have the ability to teleport. So if you smudge a Yurei within a hunt, and the Yurei ends its hunt before 90 seconds, not only will it not hunt for those 90 seconds at a minimum, but for the rest of the smudge timer, so say it continued its hunt when you smudged it for 30 seconds. So you still have 60 seconds left of that 90 seconds of your smudge. For that 60-second time duration, your Yurei will be trapped in its ghost room for the remainder of those 60 seconds as well. Something you could potentially do, and this is especially true if you have ghost rooms set to high or like high roaming set on your ghost, is you could put salt at the front door, smudge your ghost, and see if it walks through the salt going out the door within 90 seconds and then rule out Yurei. But I would never rule in the Yurei solely based on its insensibility. Unfortunately, it's just not very reliable by any means. This is one of the hardest ghosts to identify on a no evidence run. All right, I'm gonna sit here and try to farm for at least one more Yurei ability, and we'll get it to hunt. We'll take a look at it. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay. That's good because I want it to be close to the door. But I think that's pretty much all that we have to talk about the Yurei. See if we can get some more abilities is all. So that right there is an example of what ghosts normally do during ghost events. Thank you, Ghost, for showcasing that. I've been sitting here forever trying to get it to do its ability. Let's go. Let's go. That was it right there. And then if we look, there are two EMF values on this door. One from the interaction, one from the ability. Let's go. Oh, the dot scared the crap out of me. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing to hunt. It did hunt earlier because I was trying to get it to use its ability. It did use its ability. I just had looked away. But anyway, let's get it to hunt so we can see it being absolutely normal in every kind of way. Let's actually get it down here so we can listen to it before it has line of sight speed, because it's going to gain line of sight speed as it's coming down the stairs. All right, it's very normal right there. Let it see us a little bit. Normal line of sight right there. Or excuse me, normal speed. Normal speed is what I meant to say. Now if I stood up, it'll have some normal line of sight speed up as well. And of course I have infinite sprint, so this is not realistic, but just showing you how it can get really, really fast. All right, let's go. So quick recap, it hunts at 1.7 meters per second at 50% sanity. If it's If you're within 7.5 meters of it doing its ability, when it fully shuts a door, you'll lose 15% sanity. It can also touch doors like tent doors, as well as exit doors, dining room cabinet doors. Apparently, I've never seen this. Living room / game room, fireplace doors on Point Hope, and washing machine doors on Sunny Meadows. Hiding spots do not count. This is a pretty tricky ghost. Very, very tricky ghost. Also, when you smudge it, it'll stay in its room for 90 seconds. It will not be able to wander. Other than that, that's the Yurei for you. It's apparently, allegedly, going to be changed in the Horror 2.0 update. I heard a rumor about hallucinations. That's all I know. All right, there you go. I think this ghost used 4 abilities, if I'm not mistaken, that entire time. 4 abilities in 45 minutes. Not very often. But that's all I got for you from the Yurei. And yes, we're doing this during the Easter event. Oopsies. If you have any questions or comments about the Yurei, leave them in the description box below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next Ghost Guide video. Bye.